What's up, everybody? Today, I want to talk to you all about Gran Turismo 7 and my personal experience with the game. Got about oh, Mr. Elite, miss you. Been a little while. Been a little while because we've been playing PlayStation 5. We've been cheating on our Series X with the PlayStation 5. Let me tell you exactly. Let me go back to the beginning. I was going to use gameplay, but the PlayStation 5 gameplay, the 1080p 60, it's not going to do it any justice. Plus, the HDR washes the image completely out and it looks like shit. So, let me go from the beginning. I'm going to try to keep this as quickly as I can. So sit back, relax, sit up here on my knee. I'm going to tell you all about it. I feel sick to my stomach. Like, I really do. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Go ahead. Won't show on this shirt. What movie is that? So I buy GT7. $70 standard edition. Pre-order. Maybe about 3 or 4 days before it comes out. I'm pretty excited. I haven't played a Gran Turismo game in a long time. I lost interest in Forza Horizon 5 after about 5 hours. Not because of the quality of the game, but just because it just was missing something. It felt like the same as 4 and 3 and 2. 1 is the only Forza Horizon game that I beat. So I'm looking forward to actually getting into this driving game. I saw a couple of presentations for it. And the dynamic weather, the puddle buildup, you know how they do, the ray tracing that's not in the races. Looking forward to it. I'm picturing PlayStation 5. This is their premiere race, so we are in for a treat. Game comes out, I fire it up. I'm like, let's go, baby. I got the dual sense in hand. Let's go. Okay. And this intro starts, this black and white, drab, dull, boring, garbage ass intro that I can't skip. It's like 10 minutes long and I can't skip it. I'm like, oh my God, please just let me skip. I just want to race. I just want to get in the game and race. Then you remember in Breath of the Wild when you first go up to the guy that's sitting by the tree with the apples and stuff, you know what I mean? And he starts talking, the words, that's what's happening. I'm seeing all these people, hi, Solid Rev, and they're not even saying hi, Solid, it's like says hello, Solid Rev. Then the next guy, let me introduce you to this guy. I'm like, oh my God, just let me play. Hello, 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 hello. I got to meet all these people. They're going through all these different sections. And this is after that horrid intro. Then I have to go get some licenses. I think I do a race first. So I'm into a race. I picked, you get a choice between 3 cars. I picked this car and it looks like absolute shit. The game loads. I'm in the map. It's empty. It looks like crap. The car looks like crap. It's this big. It looks like a toy car. Literally, like Blaze bought this game. We game share. It's like this Hot Wheels game. That's what it reminded me of. Not quite that bad, but bad. And I'm like, this has to be a joke. Like, there's no way this is real. So I took some screenshots. I got the neighbors out there. Hey, how's everybody doing? And I posted on Twitter. I said, this is a joke. This game is trash. I was tempted to do a video like Review Tech USA did. GT7 is an absolute joke. This shit is trash. I can't even believe what I'm looking at. You know, it has to be the PS4 version. Double checked, rechecked, checked again. It's the PS5 version. So a guy told me you got to switch the car view to near. It starts out in 4. Just when you're in the race, hit start, go to settings, display settings, I believe. Turn off race info, go down, turn the chase cam to near. That, I can't tell you how much of a difference that's going to make for you. in the cockpit view. I want you to go in, I want you to tweak that to your liking. It's almost like an FOV slider. You can go up, you can go down, you can go kind of near, kind of far. Not as much as I'd like, but a decent amount. Change the wobble cam to wobble 2. And that kind of like simulates head movement. It's kind of like Need for Speed Shift. You remember that game? Remember the helmet cam? Maybe that was Need for Speed Shift 2. I like it. I like it. So then it tells me I got to get to, and it looks way better. So the near cam is going to look a lot better than that far cam. You can see the details on the cars. The cars don't look like toys anymore. The environment's still a little sketchy for a PlayStation 5 exclusive premiere game, but you know, whatever. Then I got to go get the licenses before I can start doing these races. You got your A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You got all these licenses. There's like 12 tests for a single license. And I'm like, man, this game, I got to give it a few hours. I paid $70 for it. I know Sony's not going to give me a refund because I already turned the damn thing on. I already played the game. I have to get my time out of this. There has to be some redeeming quality. These reviewers are paid shills. So I unlocked some licenses. I do all the tests. Some took a little longer than I'd like, but I got silver on most of them. I got gold on a few, and I got bronze on like 2 or 3 of them. So I unlocked like 4 licenses, and then boom, I start racing. And once I start really getting into the races, I unlock some Subarus. So you go to the cafe. There's this cafe, the guy introduces himself, he gives you an assignment, he puts on the menu that he wants you to go do these 3 races, you're going to be gifted these 3 cars. Go to the world circuit, you're going to do the races, you get the car, after you finish, you go back to the cafe, he gives you the 3 cars. And most of the time, the cars are decent. So he does that for Subaru, then you get into the Mustangs, then you get into the Camaros, then later on, you're going to get into some Ferraris. It really starts to open up. At first, the cafe experience was like, this is ridiculous. But after I started beating the races, I was actually kind of looking forward to going to the cafe. They give you rewards. It's kind of like the Forza spinoff. It depends on the tier. You got 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. I don't know if that's depending on the difficulty. You're asked for 3 levels when the game starts. I'm all over the place. I apologize. You're asked for 3 levels. So it's like beginner, do you want some assists on, and then no assists. And I'm sure there's still some assists, but I did the one on the far right. Okay, so I don't want any assists. I had no driving lines. I had no braking lines. And that's the first time I played a car game in a long time where I didn't have any lines. And that proved to be instrumental in my enjoyment of the game. Turn those lines off. I put the AI on intermediate. So you got scrub, intermediate, and then professional. And professional races, let me tell you, I did some custom races on professional. That shit is hard, and I'm not trying to be pulling my hair out, okay? I just put 35 hours into Elden Ring. What's left of my hair is now gone. I'm trying to chill and relax. So I start racing. I get into the Subarus, and the Subarus handle so damn good. The Subarus are tight. They sound halfway decent. I feel like the car sounds sound good. The cockpit looks really good. The cockpit view looks real good. I start getting into some maps that look a shit ton better than the beginning maps. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, whatever. You're just making an excuse. I'm telling you, these maps are not created equal. This game is very inconsistent. Some maps just look Some maps you're like, this shit looks good. You know, the cockpit view looks really good. Super crisp, super clean. And these cars handle. And the sense of speed isn't the greatest, but in cockpit view, it feels fast. And the higher up you go in cars, the faster and faster it feels. It would be a crime not to tell you how instrumental this baby was. Okay, the adaptive triggers ain't shit to me. Horizon Forbidden West, they work. They simulate a bow tension. GT7 nails it. This was vital to my enjoyment of the game. Okay, absolutely vital. Feathering the gas, the pressure on the trigger, the brake, the same thing. And when you brake too hard, it vibrates. You can feel the car slipping through the vibration in the controller. If your back end starts to slip out, you can feel it in the controller. This adds tremendously to what you're doing in GT7. This was a game changer, man. This helped a lot. I have not had my brain clouded with any of this hype from this controller. This was the first time I said, wow, I get it. It adds a lot. Another highlight is the lighting. The lighting in this game is tremendous. When the sun comes over the horizon, the lighting, people, the HDR in this game is top tier. That's why I'm not going to show you gameplay, man. You have to see it for yourself on a 4K television with good HDR. I got a Sony Bravia 900E 4K television. The lighting is phenomenal. When you get into the nighttime races, you remember Forza 6, where it looks like everybody just turned off the lights? Nighttime looks really, really good. You know when you're driving at night and you got to turn your damn rear view because the lights, that's how it gets. Do other games do that? I don't know. The weather effects, Drive Club still rocks the best weather effects, but the handling in this game is tip top. I really liked it. So I got to a point, I'm racing my Mustangs, I'm racing the Camaros, they're giving me all these cars. I ended up finishing with almost 3 million credits. I beat the campaign. I got 77 cars, and a lot of the cars I like, a lot of throwaways, maybe 20 are throwaways that I didn't use. I got a car through the pre-order bonus that I ended up using for the championship. It's a Mazda. It handles like an absolute freaking dream. I ended up using that for my championship. The normal difficulty is, like in Forza Horizon 5, I couldn't find the difficulty. Like normal was just way too easy. I'm lapping dudes. And then like there was, maybe I went a level above normal and that was too easy. And then the level above that was just too hard. Normal for this game can be easy, but it also can be hard depending on the car. So they have classes. Your car can't be a certain level. So depending how far away from you are from this class is going to depend on how easy or tough that game is for you, or that race is for you. Because the AI is usually on point. But if you max your car out and you're right there at the tippy top of that level, the race is going to be easy. You're going to power through. But it's aggravating because you always start in last place. So factor that in. And the races start at 2 laps. Then you go to 3 laps, the later on you get. Then the later on you get, you go to 4 laps, and you go to 5 laps. And it's just like, oh my goodness, these races are taking forever. But it's solid. I enjoyed it. It took me 10 hours. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. Took me about 2 hours to get into it. But once I unlocked those Subarus, I really started having fun with the game. The games feel drastically different to each other. Every car feels different. I know a lot of games boast that, but for me, a lot of the games feel samey. This felt very, very different. The cars just have their own unique sense of feel to them, and I really, really like that. So I don't want to drag on too much. Let's sum it up, okay? Are there some shady business practices here? The microtransactions. I don't even know where you go to spend the microtransaction, and that's not me damage controlling. People, I got no reason to damage control you. I legit didn't see where you go to buy it. You got the menu, you got the tune shop, where you buy the cars, your garage, the cafe, the photo mode, the online. You got all this crap. I didn't see a store for microtransactions. I know there is one because of Twitter, because of the people talking shit on Twitter. But I fired up Forza 7, and I'm pretty late in that game. I think I had like 15 hours in that game. I have $3 million in my bank account. I have $3 million in my bank account in GT. So the money seems to be on point. Now the upgrade system is terrible. The tuning shop is nice. You can customize so many aspects of the car. Like I got my Camaro so powerful that when I'm driving, it's skipping. The tires are just spinning in second and third gear. I had to change my tires. I love little shit like that. You can go in and tweak so many different settings. You can get fully customizable transmissions, all this shit, and tweak it to your heart's content. I really didn't mess with none of that. But the tuning shop upgrade costs are 2,500 credits for an air filter. $100,000 for a nitrous upgrade. Ridiculous. Let's make this shit realistic. I bought a few cars for $400,000. A lot of times I got $500,000 gift credits from my rewards. Like I said, member Forza, it goes through the whole little slot machine thing, and then boom, I would be rewarded 500,000 points or credits. The Always Online, the game went out for 2 days. I was working, thank God. I got home, fired up GT7 because I'm into it, offline. Ended up going to sleep, went to work, came home the next morning. It was still offline. I said, yo, man, this shit is bull. I paid 70 bucks for this. And like 10 minutes later, it came back online. So I guess it was out for 2 days, but again, it does help that I was working. So I'm not defending this shit. Always Online, the $70 price tag. This game should have been $60. The microtransactions, which I never spent a dime on, and I'm sure you can, but it didn't feel invasive to me because I actually played the 10 hours of the campaign. This is what I can tell you about GT7. I'm not telling you to go out and spend full price for it, but I am telling you it is much better than you think it is. Okay, the handling, the racing is by far the star. The lighting is great, like I mentioned, and there's something very, very sharp about the graphics. Everything around it, like the environments, some maps look really good, like I've mentioned, but there's a crispness to everything. It's so sharp. Everything is so sharp. It may not look the greatest, but it is crisp. It looks good. It's almost like an acquired taste. Ah, you're just making excuses for the game. I really enjoyed the driving, man. I really did. I fired up Forza Horizon 5 afterwards. And I said, oh my God, this game does look way better. Like it does. I'm not going to sit here and debate it with you. It does look better. Cockpit views, I don't know. It's almost like there's a different style. Both cockpit views are amazing. But the world in Forza Horizon looks better. But I fired it up. I start playing again. I only got like 5 hours in Forza Horizon 5. I just wanted to go back to GT7, man. There's something about the game. I like the game. I enjoyed the game. I think, wait for a sale. I wouldn't wait for a sale. I'd go buy 70. It's hard for me to tell you to spend 70 bucks. Do I regret spending $70? No. If I had to review this game, it's a solid 8 out of 10, man. I thought the reviewers were bullshit and they were paid off. Listen, look at my channel. Look at the consistency of my views. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have a PayPal. I don't do uploads and have you guys donate to me. Not that I'm against that. I'd be down for that. But I don't do it. No one's paying me money to say what I say. My initial impressions were review texts. That was the plan for the video. But I felt like I had to get my money out first. I had to put a little more time in before I could make a decision. As time went on, I damn near fell in love with it, man. I had a great time. A great time. That's all I got for you. Sorry for such a long video. I'll holler at you later. My God. Outward Yapper wants to know if I'll be playing Ghostwire Tokyo. Hell no. That game has looked terrible to me ever since they revealed it. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Ain't into all that, man. Nah. Get it out of here. Zero interest.